Yo, what is going on, guys? Frankietrades here, bringing you another top stock weekly watch list here. You guys love these. I love doing these for you guys because I provide free game for you guys, and you guys get to see what kind of setups that I'm into and what kind of setups make me profitable as a scalp trader. So let's get into this. Don't forget to leave a like and comment on the video, and then we can go and get started on this. So first things first, here you guys know that we'd like to take a look into the market index. If we put ES on the daily, we charted this already before, actually. We actually charted this way back, like maybe a week or two ago. Back when I did this with the Stock Hours Discord. The first resistance we have on ES as a whole is 4,500, 4,520, and 4,540. Those are my few levels that I'm looking at. We seem to be bull flagging right now on ES. If you look at it on the daily chart, you can see that this is the handle, and then this is it breaking out right now. Obviously, it rejected and created almost a double top at 4,500, but still something to be looking forward into. As far as trend lines go, I didn't see anything that can get in the way. So as far as this goes, it's pretty much just on market strength at this point and seeing if those buyers can actually get ES above 4,500. So next up is we have NQ. This is a little bit more clear on what levels I'm looking at. You can see that the first area I'm looking at for NQ, it is a little behind on ES, funny enough, but at least as a tech sector as a whole, it's still looking pretty strong. Same situation though. We are bull flagging on the daily. You can see this is kind of the handle that it created, and this is it trying to break out at the moment. Like I said, it is a little behind, no problem. Eventually it could get there. It's just dependent on how the other tech stocks are doing, or I guess the whole tech bubble as a whole is doing under the NQ index. So first level I'm looking at on NQ would be the 15,500 area, and then after that is 15,700. Normally NQ doesn't have any, or has a resistances around every 100 increments on the index. So usually every like 15,500 and 15,600. But I'm paying attention to the big support and resistance areas when I chart these indexes. So the major areas for me is 15,500 and 15,700 once we get there. So those are my targets for the week and seeing how we get there. Now, just because they are my targets and what I'm looking at, it doesn't mean you guys should just, buy calls or buy into NQ or buy any of these setups that I'm providing for you guys. These are depending on how they come at me, right? At the end of the day, I am a scalper. I want to let these trades come to me. My job is just to take advantage of what's presented in front of me and execute with what it's providing. So, like I said, just because I give you guys these watches ideas, it doesn't mean instantly buy calls on the week or buy puts on whatever setup I like and I expect it to go that way. No, it's just my trade idea for the week and what I'm looking at when that opportunity comes about. So just keep that in mind. All right. As far as stocks go, this is what I'm really excited about. A lot of these setups are really good, so you guys are going to be pretty excited for these. So first setup is Amazon. I know you guys normally don't see me like Amazon. It is a pretty crappy stock to trade in my opinion, but you can see here on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, you can see that we actually have a flat top across 131.50. My target for this is 132, and we do have around a $2.50 gap right here. The only thing to really look out for is this 4 hour trend line that the algo created. If you want access to it, DM me on Instagram and I can get you access to that with the Stock Hours website. But we have room up to 133. This gap doesn't end until 134. I can show you guys where this gap ends if I put this on the daily chart and see where I got it from. You can see this gap starts all the way back on September 13th of last year. September 13th of last year. You can see it was around, a $3 gap. We filled some of it. I think before it was like a $3 gap or something, but yeah, flat top on Amazon. This is a main setup for me. On this kind of setup, it kind of just depends if Amazon can get the momentum to get up there on its own. That's what I kind of look for when I trade Amazon, because it is a really tricky stock to trade. But if you do end up picking the right side on it on the right day, definitely pays. So not looking for too much here. Like I said, I'm just looking for the scalp at this 50 cent area, this 131.50 cent area into 132. So on a 50 cent move on Amazon, that'll be more than enough for it to pay out. So definitely going to be looking forward to that one. Next up is Meta. If I put this in the 4 hour, you guys can see that we actually have a 4 hour uptrend on the bottom side. We've rejected it off of it twice now. And then if you go to the 1 hour, you guys can see I already have a trend line here, and that's what I'm going to dive into, is we have a 1 hour trend line that we rejected off of twice as well. The thing with Meta is Meta just breaks whenever it wants. It breaks the moment you least expect it to. So something with Meta, I'm definitely going to be paying attention to this. I was thinking of taking this 289.55 as an entry for 290. Again, if you put this on the 3 or 1 day, I've talked about Meta before in the past, is we still have this major gap that it created during earnings, and it has around $30 left, I think. I didn't put it in my notes, but you can see here however much we have left on it, like $25 to $30 left on it. You can see that we still have decent room on this gap, and it's still worth looking at. So the first area I'm looking at on Meta is 290, and then the obviously into that gap initiation would be 290.40. So pretty safe play. If you don't want to take it risky and when looking for an early entry, maybe this 289.55 cent area isn't bad. It just depends how it sets up pre-market or where it's at during the day and how it gets to it there. So that's Meta. Next up is NVDA. NVIDIA, it's pretty far away, but it is still a main setup for me just because it's starting to pick up some strength after Friday, and starting to move with the market pretty well. Is this flat top we have across 428, and then it actually has a gap here as well from 428 all the way to 430.64. So we're in a $2 to $3 gap here. That's definitely worth paying attention to on NVIDIA. Granted, this area is kind of choppy, but the fact that we do have a flat top here and that NVIDIA did consolidate underneath this level, it's something worth watching. Now, obviously, it's not exactly a flat top, quote unquote, because it broke a little bit, but for me, it's still considered a flat top if it broke by a few cents. So, going to be looking at 428 into 430. That would be a bigger trade that I'd be looking at on this. You could see it broke a 1 hour trend on Friday, and I think Nor ended up signaling a 70% trade on that. So if you guys are part of the chat, you guys were definitely able to catch that. It was pretty fire. So but yeah, going to be looking at 428 and riding that into 430 depending on the strength and momentum on NVIDIA. So last but not least on the main watch list is Tesla here. If you guys look at Tesla on the 1 hour, most of these setups are on the 1 hour, guys. The gaps I found are on the daily, obviously, but most of these setups I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame to get a bit of a closer look. You can see here that we actually have a gap, and we filled some of it on Friday, and you can see here that we still have around $1 left on Tesla. $1 gap isn't much to pay attention to, but considering that 265 is an important level, especially when we made this run up here back on, what was this, June 22nd, all the way up, and we made a high after hours at 266.75. It might be worth looking at 265 and seeing what kind of momentum it picks up there. I know they had good delivery numbers. They beat expectations this weekend. News came out this morning, so that could be some driving momentum that Tesla could need on Monday morning. Tomorrow is a half day, and then market is closed Tuesday, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how some of these stocks move on a half day. It's been a while since we've had a half day, so it'll be new. It'll still be somewhat new territory for me since we rarely ever have half days anymore. So because most of the federal holidays kind of just fall on a weekend, so or on a weekday, and then we just kind of just have a whole day off instead of a half day and then the whole day off. So we'll just have to see. So, but that's the setup on Tesla. I'm looking to play it at 264.45 since that's where the gap starts, into 265. Depending on the strength of momentum, I'm going to be riding that all the way up to this high at 266.75, and we have room all the way up to 270. So, yeah, that is Tesla. And for the for the honorable mentions is BA and Netflix. They're not the cleanest setups, but they do look somewhat well. The reason why I do have BA as a side watch list, even though this kind of falls under the category of my main watch list, what it could be under my main watch list, is because it's BA. If you don't know how BA moves, it moves pretty clunky. There's a lot of volume lacking on the stock, and you can see it's kind of just in consolidation right now. I actually didn't see that till now either. Let me mark this on my chart here for you guys. Yes, there you go. Yeah, so BA is pretty much in a 3-day consolidation now, as of recently. So you can see that the main area I was looking at, though, was a flat top at 213, and now we have a flat bottom at 209.50. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see where this consolidation takes us. I know this area is pretty smooth to trade on BA, so it kind of depends on the momentum and strength, oh, Jesus Christ, and how this setup comes about. So this is something I'm pretty excited about, depending how it comes. So this is going to be a side watches for me. So going to be looking at 213 and 215. And then last but not least is Netflix. Netflix side watch list, just because I wanted to mention to you guys that Netflix is it's getting pretty close to that 450 area. Once we get there, that will be an explosive trade for sure. First area I'm looking at on Netflix, it is $10 away, so that's why it's a side watch list, but I wanted to mention this especially for you guys who are tuning into this watch list video, that the only areas that I'm looking at for Netflix is going to be that 448.65 high, and I'm going to be writing that into 450. Unless it's a little bit clunky and weird, then I'll probably just stick to 450 as a cleaner scalp, but those are the two areas I'm looking to play on Netflix. So yeah. But yeah, besides that, we went over the market index, and we went over the main watch list and the side watch list that I got for you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel to support it, and so you guys get more quality content like this from me, especially for free. Not many people give this kind of content for free. They kind of hide it behind a Discord and a paid wall. So I'm doing it for you guys for free. I would not mind it if you guys shared it with your friends or your trading friends and kind of get my channel out there. So to get this channel to 700 subscribers, I think we're actually only 20 away, under 20 subscribers away from getting this channel to 700. So getting pretty close there. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy your weekend. Peace.